An art-based inquiry study begins with a work of art. Then, multiple entry points help students unpack the art's meaning. A student's background, language links, history connections, and art analysis foster engagement and understanding. These are all supported by an expanding conversation framework. Individual analysis, artist insights, and classroom discussions expand understanding and insight. As insights grow, so do the students' wonderings. Question formulation technique helps students brainstorm, categorize, and prioritize these wonderings into research questions, which they then answer through primary source documents. This research, in turn, helps students figure out where they stand on current events. To fully appreciate the opportunities of an art-based inquiry study, it's best to view one within the context of a real work of art. Let's see where Ben Shahn's painting, Allegory, can take us. An art-based inquiry study begins with the student and a work of art, and the straightforward question, what is going on in this picture? Students' backgrounds and interests guide their focus and how they interpret the art. An ensuing class discussion expands this understanding for everyone. Through the expanding conversation framework, students gain insight and build understanding. For example, Ben Shahn offers added insight when he explains a source of inspiration. The immediate source of the painting of the Red Beast was a Chicago fire in which James Hickman had lost his 4 children. I was asked to make drawings for the story. Through a class discussion, students compare Shahn's illustrations with his painting. How are they similar? How do they evoke different ideas and feelings? Shahn offers more insight when he relates the imagery to his childhood. To me, the wolf is perhaps the most paralyzingly dreadful of beasts. I'd always found disconcerting the sculpture of Romulus and Remus being suckled by the she-wolf. It was a symbol that I abhorred. Now I found the stance of my imaginary beast was just that of the great Roman wolf, and that the children under its belly might almost be a realization of my vague fears. Through another class discussion, students compared the ancient Roman sculpture with Shahn's painting. How are they similar? How does Shahn transform a nurturing image into an image of terror? The Fourth International explains why the relatively unknown James Hickman is historically significant. Every so often, a previously unknown individual suddenly attracts wide attention. There's usually a social reason for this. The story epitomizes the plight of voiceless millions, bringing into the light of day the festering rottenness of class society. Hickman's story is the story of Jim Crow as it's practiced north of the Mason-Dixon line. Throughout this process, students have been sharing their art-inspired insights and questions. The question formulation technique helps students turn their wonderings into research questions as small groups produce questions, categorize questions, prioritize questions, and strategize how they'll answer the questions. To answer these questions, students can turn to Shahn's magazine article or the Militant newspaper. The Militant, a newspaper connected to the Socialist Worker Party, took up Hickman's cause and chronicled the fire and its aftermath. This free online resource is a fabulous historical artifact that explores a poignant chapter in American history. There you have it, and it all began with students responding to a work of art. At their best, art-based inquiry studies are expansive, interdisciplinary, and personally relevant.